Victoria Cochrane here, very disorganised. As usual, my regular clients and followers will probably say that. Oh, she's still not organised, but at least I'm here. So I'm going to put my headphones on so you can hear me properly, and please let me know where you're at today, how you are, and sorry I couldn't come on last week. It was just so busy I just couldn't manage it, and thanks to Kay for doing her spiel on the Young Living Oils. So here I am, that's better. So welcome everybody to another Spiritual Wisdom Hour. I'm Victoria Cochrane. I'm on the northwest coast of Tasmania, and I am a spiritual healer, psychic channel, psychic medium, author. I'm an energy reader and healer and tutor. I work with people to bring in their own psychic gifts. So I'm here. Hi Kylie, hi Nicole. Thank you for saying that. Yes, I'm so sorry I did miss actually being on, but I'm just okay. Sorry, just reading a message from a client that I'm helping at the moment. So great to see you. Hope you're well, and please let me know where you're from and where you're at. And I am here to talk about all things positive and helping people to bring in some positive light and hope for the future, because there's lots of negativity flying around at the moment, and we don't need that. It's not that we can't be aware of it. I always say stay informed but not immersed. Very important. So so in this, hi Angie, lovely to see you. Hi Erin, you're in East Devonport. Well, I'll be at the Devonport Psychic Expo all this coming weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the Gateway Hotel, down in the dungeons, as I like to say, but downstairs. So hi Diane, thank you very much. Hi Erin, hi Lisa, hi Angie, hi Lisa from New Zealand. Yeah, so in this Wisdom Hour I do readings, but I don't do them till about halfway through, about half past. So I like to talk about what's happening in the world, helping people with meditations or healing, and just hi Anne, lovely to see you. Hi Catherine, hi Kathy, hi Michelle. Michelle is back from sunny Darwin visiting her son. Wonderful, I hope he's going well, Michelle. Hi Leanne, great to see you. That'd be great, Erin, if you come into the expo. How exciting. I love meeting clients and followers. I love that, just really love it. So, okay, so let's just do some positive card readings first about the future. Actually, before we do that, I just want to read you something that I've been reading in this, which is the magic and the magic and majesty of ascending humanity. And people who know me would know that I talk a lot about ascension, about raising our consciousness to the fifth dimension and helping to heal the earth and send positive energy to the earth, and being part of the solution, not the problem. Oh, Anne, thank you. Loved your reading at Hobart for me. I do remember you too. Oh, thank you so much for being on. And you looked beautiful that day too. I do remember you, I honestly do. Thank you so much. Michelle, lovely to see you from the Sunshine Coast. I believe you're an orange zone up there. We've got our eldest son lives up in Noosa, and he's not very well. And if I could, I would go up, and you always need a bit of mummy love, don't you? Even when you're 35. But okay. Ashley says, hello lovely, watching from Brisbane, Australia. My whole life is full of negative energy at the moment, but even with all of that, I have felt my mum around me a lot lately. But I'm just not sure if I'm playing tricks on myself or not, as she passed when I was 16 and I'm 26 now. Okay, well let's see, we'll tune in later because I do scroll back and find who wants me to check in. Sorry, I was just distracted by Natalie from France. Thank you. Just, he is finally moving into his own place. He said your words still ring in his ears. Oh wow, I hope positively. Hi Sarah from New Zealand. Hi Ashley. Lovely, it's great to see so many people jumping on. So this, people who know me and have been following me for a while would know that I follow Ronna V-Zane's messages and teachings from Archangel Michael, who's with me very strongly all the time. I channel him too, but not nearly as succinctly as Ronna does. She is an amazing channel. If ever you need some positive messages, go on to Archangel Michael's messages, Star Quest I think it is. It's a little bit technical. He talks about God seed atoms and all sorts of different terminology, but really what is happening in the world is actually the light is winning, even though it doesn't seem so. And so when we're around negative people, or we're watching the media all the time, or we're in a place where we don't see the way out, it's very difficult to be positive. And Michelle says, I saw you while living in Launceston. Wonderful, Michelle. Oh yeah, I do recognise you. Anne says you're lippy. Yes, her lippy, yes. And I'm a lippy person too, so. Hi Alison. Okay, so this manual was written a while ago and I wasn't ready to read it. So I've channeled some books and people say they buy them and they sit on the shelf and then suddenly they find them and they're ready to read them. And I think that's right. You know, we come to different points in our lives where we're not ready for something, but we will be because we're all growing and developing. Hi Tamika, great to see you. And I will be doing questions in about 20 minutes. So anyway, I was reading this morning and there was just part of it that I thought would be quite pertinent to read to you guys today, particularly if you are feeling a bit negative. And then I'll pull some cards and then I'll do some readings for people. Beloved Masters, so we're all masters or masters in training. You are presently in the midst of becoming your genuine, authentic self through the process of ascension. So if you haven't heard of ascension, it's just raising our consciousness above the density of ego and materialism and politics and all the physical body stuff. We're raising that up from a state of doing, which is third dimension, into a state of becoming, which is fourth dimension, and then a state of being. It's a work in progress though, and it's certainly not linear, and we have to work at it every day. I have to work at it every day. It's about being mindful and of being what Archangel Michael calls a living meditation, where you're always conscious of your Archangel guide or spirit sitting on your shoulder and conscious of what you're putting out to the world and the vibrations that you have. And if you do find yourself having a human moment, and of course we all do, several in fact, then it's having the tools to be able to transmute that and bring yourself above it, and being more an observer than a participant. And that's the most important thing that I can stress at the moment, particularly with the COVID situation and everything, is being an observer, not a participant, and learning to trust that we are being protected even when we get out of the fear, okay? Anyway, which involves ever-expanding cycles of soul growth. Your oversoul higher self is ever urging you onward and upward into the light of more complex and powerful fields of consciousness. The quality of your life's experience is determined, this is the most important sentence, is determined by the frequencies of your thoughts moment by moment. And look, I am a broken record when I say, watch your thoughts. Every thought creates our reality. And when we think we can't, we won't. When we think we don't have the money, we won't. When we think we're too wonderful for everybody, we then put ourselves into ego and can't help anybody. So what we think we create, and it's all based on our belief systems. And so this is what Archangel Michael's saying here, that the more energy you put into a thought, along with a repetition, determines how quickly a thought pattern will manifest. Absolutely, Alison. Awareness is the key. Just always being aware. And how it will affect you in your present reality. Your thought forms radiate outward in an infinity pattern, okay, where they join with compatible energetic fields of consciousness, a specific level of mass consciousness energy within the subdimensional hologram of life in which you presently exist. So subdimensional hologram of life, and so we're a projection of a part of our soul that is having a life experience. But what we experience then attaches to our soul, and what we've experienced in the past is what we're now healing and transmuting into bringing it back to purity. The frequencies of fear and negativity are very powerful in the third, fourth dimensional stream of mass consciousness. Whatever negative emotions are the strongest in any situation will constantly be presented to you in different ways until you transmute the discordant energy into higher vibrational light patterns. So, as more and more of your old reality fades away and you move deeper into uncharted territory, you must learn to trust and have faith that the future is unfolding perfectly, no matter how chaotic and disruptive it may seem at times. Remember, it's a veil of illusion, okay? First, you must learn to trust yourself, and this can be the most difficult step, for you have been taught that others are wiser than you and they know what is best for you. This may have been true when you were a child. However, you are now adults with a golden opportunity before you, for the wisdom of the higher universal truths is now available to all humanity. We of the higher realms are here in great force to assist you to attain self-mastery and to reclaim your rightful state as a spirit-infused human being. So that's amazing, isn't it? And then, of course, some people are thinking, well, I don't know how to do that. But it is about coming back to yourself and about meditating and believing in yourself and giving love to yourself and starting to breathe in the light and love of creation, which is available to everyone and that we're all connected to. So it's very important to be aware that what's happening in the world, there's smoke screens and mirrors, and there are conspiracies, and there's all sorts of stuff happening, but we can't afford to go down those rabbit holes too far. We can be aware, like Alison says, but otherwise we just get dragged down into it, and it really just is not a great energy. So what we do is that we trust words of wisdom from Archangel Michael, and even the channelings that I put out, and many others do, about trusting and holding the faith that ascension is occurring. And this morning I was on the crystalline grid and I was having a look at the earth, and I can see the new Mother Earth, and the old earth is like a ball of very dense energy, but we are still growing and expanding in our consciousness as a humanity, and that's what ascension means. We're becoming more aware. We're becoming aware that we are having the wool pulled over our eyes, that what we're told we can't trust, and that We are the change. We need to be the change. And where does the change happen? In here. We can't change anyone else but ourselves. So it's about breathing in that beautiful light and love. And that infinity breath is actually, I was reading a bit further, is actually the new breath that actually goes out. And every time that we breathe that, we're hooking into our higher selves, and we're learning to breathe more deeply, and we're actually healing more than ourselves. We're healing the world around us and the greater world, because we're all one, we're all connected. So it's incredibly powerful stuff. And he teaches that the infinity breath goes from our solar power centre, and that we then breathe it. We can either go forward and around through our medulla oblongata, which is through the pituitary gland, and out through here. This is that ascension chakra. And then through our heart space. And I've never quite worked out how to get it all aligned. But anyway, you've just got to trust it's doing it. And then it goes down through your base chakra and up and around, and it just goes up and around. So you're actually hooking into the Christ consciousness, into the ascension chakra, into your solar power center, and then you can actually bring it further and further till you're going into Creator's Light and Mother Earth's diamond core, and you've no idea how powerful that breath is. We can't buy into the fear of it all, at all. You just can't. And there's a lot of that happening at the moment. So Erin says she needed this. I'm your idol right now. Oh my goodness. So look, the words that I speak, I know are, they feel like truth to me, and they feel like they help people, but I really don't want to be anybody's idol. I want to empower people then to be able to at least take charge of their own lives, and to be able to feel that they can make a difference despite all the darkness that's trying to be pushed upon us. And look, you know, I've got a few friends who are pretty aware of what's going on. It's pretty scary stuff. But when we can come out of the fear and just feel really empowered to hook into the beautiful energies that are now radiating from the Creator, from the angelic realm, from the Earth, from Mother Earth itself, and to harness that and to breathe it in and out and to send it, then it's really powerful. Ashley says, I do readings myself, love Archangel Michael, and also reach out to Archaea, Seraphina, Lady Charity. However, when it comes to reading myself or others whom are close, I struggle. So do I. Oh my goodness, I block myself badly. And I really do. So you and me both, Ashley, because we have that agenda. It's like, oh, please say yes. No, I don't want to know. And, you know, I block myself, and I don't trust myself when I'm reading for myself or others. I still don't know. You know, I'm still sometimes with family unsure of whether they're having a boy or a girl or anything, because I just don't trust. But with other people, I'm spot on. So I get it with you. Need to reach out to other like-minded, gifted people. Recently, it's a long message. Lost my father-in-law, who I call Dad, wanting to know if he's okay. So I will check in soon. Thank you, Erin. That's so beautiful. I look forward to meeting you if I haven't already. I love teaching. I was a teacher, literacy teacher, and I just love to help and empower others, so that's beautiful. Okay, so, your Nan guided you to this group. That's unreal. So there are some beautiful messages coming up, and hi Nicole, Wilburn, Corey, lovely to see you. Hi Kirsten Dawley, thank you so much. Hi Miranda, yes, we'll get to the readings, I promise. Erin says she's an empath, yeah, and there are a lot of energy vampires around. Anne says she forgot to mention last week it was my birthday that Sunday I spoke to you. Oh, happy birthday. And also I see 111 or 11 constantly for a while now. I hope this is a good thing. It's a very good thing. It's the Ascension Gateway. And so I've actually, in my fourth book, I need to kind of, if I go and find it now, I'd be abandoning you. But in my fourth book, which is the Book of Life, Lessons from Mother Earth, they talk about the Ascension Gateway, which is 1-1 and the colon, and then 1-1. And the colon, like you see in the time on a digital clock, is as above, so below, right? So as above, so below. So the way we reflect ourselves down here is reflected in the etheric realm and vice versa. And when you see 1-1, 1-1, you're ready to actually go through the Ascension Gateway and to actually be a teacher for others, or just be the best that you can be and align to your divine blueprint, which is the ability to live your best spiritual life. And that's an amazing thing. And it's just saying that everything is aligned, everything is. And so in the natural world, everything is in synchronicity, everything is aligned, everything works, even though, there's a lot of death and whatever in the natural world because of the food chain and all the rest. Everything works. And when everything works, everything is as it is. And so in the energy of the Creator, everything just is. So that's another reason for not getting involved in all the COVID conspiracies and being aware of them, but not choosing to listen to people say who tell you what to do and that kind of thing. When you just choose to be in that energy of everything just is, and then asking for that protection and holding the intention that you're in that energy, then there's no fear or duality, and the choices that you make are right for you, and they will be so. And that's what I've chosen to do. It works for me. Oh, pleasure, thank you. So I'm going to get some cards out. Let's just do some Earth Power Oracle cards today. These are amazing cards, Stacey DeMarco. And they just have really empowering affirmations. And if you like one, I'll repeat them a couple of times so you could write it down and use it as an affirmation. So this is for the collective who are watching me today or who will be watching later. And I'm asking for a reading for all of your highest and best, and that it actually is helpful and resonates with you. So coming back to here and just seeing the messages coming in. No problem. Yeah, and Erin's saying if anyone would like to add me, feel free. We are rare these days. We do need our spiritual family, but we're all coming in to each other's lives, and that's what's needed, because it's a bit of a rough ride, but we'll get there, and and it ripples out to the people around you. So if you've got non-believers, just hold your space. That's all you can do. Don't allow anybody else to shake your faith or to shake your belief in yourself. So that's why groups like this are so important. And I know a lot of you go on to a lot of other energy readers and people on Spiritual Events Directory and find it helpful. And that's our family. And I love it when Melissa, I haven't seen Mel on today, but came to visit me when I was in Sydney, came all the way down from Wodonga to give me a hug. We weren't able to have a coffee, but that means so much to me. Oh my goodness, it's amazing. So it really is very special. And as a teacher, as as seen as a guru, it can be a bit lonely. I do need that support too. So, and I don't want to be the guru, but I am happy to help, and but I'm certainly not the sage of all knowledge. So I just really want to, it's so wonderful to have that family, and we all need that. Thanks, Kirsten. It was gorgeous. Okay, I think I've shuffled enough. The first one is Teos, we are one. What have I just been talking about? And this is a horse moving forward just through all barriers, just being able to just move as needed. We are one. I exercise self-care and care for my community There is no one spiritual path but many. And that's right. We all have our own way. We all have our own gifts. We all have our own belief systems, I guess. But when we believe in ourselves, then the way forward is a lot easier. Okay? And when we're connected and trust that the people that come into our lives are there for a reason, then that makes it easier as well. The next one, I love this one, Svalbard. Look at that. And that's the Aurora. That's Archangel Uriel. It's actually the Ruby Ray. Both darkness and light are necessary. There is light even in the darkest of nights. Very, very pertinent as to what we've been talking about with all the dark stuff going on. There's always light. The light will always shine in the darkness. I accept that I am part of the cycle of nature. I open myself to new wonders every day. So the first one was, we are one. I exercise self-care and care for my community. There is no one spiritual path but many. And then this one, Svalbard, both darkness and light are necessary. There is light even in the darkest of nights. I accept that I am part of the cycle of nature. I open myself to new wonders every day. And when you say that and you believe it, then the world just opens up beautifully. And this one, Amazonia, the Amazon. I am interconnected with the world in an intimate way. I am vital. I can find a way to co-create rather than confront. So that is saying that we are co-creators, and that when there's a problem, we actually have the tools then to make the changes necessary and create out of the chaos rather than be confronted by it and go down with the ship. So I was writing an article for a Rebirth magazine that's coming out soon, just so you know, we can choose to go down with the ship or we can choose to build a new one. Or, you know, and that's what we do. We build a new passageway out, you know, to find the light again. So it's not always easy. I'm not saying it's a piece of cake. We can't always just go abracadabra. But, you know, there's always a way. So hopefully that's helpful. Thank you, Michelle. Thanks, Erin. Okay, so absolutely, yes, you're not disturbing me at all, and I don't write down a list. I just go through and I find as many people as I can to do a reading for in the time that I've got. So I'm just going to have some water. Always be hydrated when you're connecting to spirit and doing spiritual work. Very important. All right, so I am just going to go back a little bit to Ashley Khan, who's lost her father-in-law, who she called Dad, wanting to know if he's okay with what happened and if he knows how much I loved him and tried to do what's best for him. Okay, so this is for Ashley Khan. Of course he's okay. You were more than a daughter to him. You were like a daughter, not just a daughter-in-law. The daughter that he would have had if you weren't there to marry his son. Look, you did what you could, you did what you had to do. Restrictions, he's saying there were restrictions. I'm not sure if that's COVID restrictions. He says yes. He could feel the love. he was there and also it might be in the hospital, there were things that happened there. I see him as an overarching presence over your family, and just wants you to know that it's good to be out of that body and he feels the love and he appreciates the time that was spent with him in his last days. So all good for you. He would love you to blossom and do the things that you want to do. You know, follow your path, whatever that is. Because you're a bit of a worker for the family and a self-sacrificer at times. So he sends his love and he says, breathe. Breathe. Okay. Going back to Natalie, who would like in France, who would love would like a question about love. But I might just actually pull a card for Ashley on the back of that reading. Rejoice in celebration. So I don't know how old you are, but he also said something about children or having babies, or this is always a celebration of births, marriages, etc. But also making sure the family stays together and just remembering things with love. So it's an emotional body. So good things to come for you, Ashley. So there you go. Now, I was just going to I do energy work and readings, and I would love to know if I will stay on this path. Okay, Alison, no problem. I was just going to do a reading for Natalie around love. So you've met someone, or you would like to meet someone. Natalie. Oh, got rid of myself there. There we go. Ashley says that's the answer she needed. Awesome. Yeah. Okay, cool. And third eye. So trust what you're thinking, Natalie. Trust yourself. You know that thing we were talking about, we can't trust ourselves sometimes. We've got to learn to trust ourselves more. Power. So wondering about you needing to step into your power more in terms of relationships and not allow the man to dominate. Not allow yourself to feel that he needs to always make decisions or that it's on his terms. And I'm wondering if you... Okay. Just doing a whole reading around this, because I kind of feel like the relationship's in a bit of trouble, but actually... it's workable as long as you regain your power and start to bring it back to a balance. feel like it's been out of balance, and you need to trust yourself more and put it out to the universe for assistance. And then things will be back to a 3, which is celebration. So communication, connection, and trusting yourself. Okay. Alison, I do energy work and readings, and I would love to know if I will stay on this path. Well, the masters always say, frustratingly, that it's up to you. I can see you developing your psychic gifts a lot more. They are coming in for everybody, because we do need to be able to have more insight into things than what meets the naked eye. So I actually feel that harmony is a yes. It's like getting yourself into balance, because other things will come in and there'll be other priorities in your life, but to find a balance with that, because your energy work and your readings is what keeps you in balance half the time, I think. You know, if I wasn't doing this, I'd probably be out of balance a lot more. Same cards are kind of coming up with for you as well. It's about not being in your head so much, and trusting, and doing some more meditation, Alison, and connecting into, connect to your guides and ask them for help, and actually start to work more on trusting your clairs and strengthening them. I have trouble with this. So don't talk yourself out of it, because you do more than what you think, I think, if that makes sense. Hi Ashley Norcott, watching from Brisbane. My whole life is full of negative energy. Yeah, she did say that, that's right. Just feeling very negative. So I have a client / friend, that happens a lot, in Sydney, whose mum died when she was 4, and she is now 30, and her mum's with her all the time, and I always connect into her mummy, as she calls her, and so that you would not be imagining her being around. So the thing with everything being negative is to actually break that away, and to ground and connect to the light, and bring in and start to say some more positive affirmations, and to actually ask Archangel Michael's a good one to actually cut all that negative energy, and to start to shield you from it, and to for you to start to say some affirmations around what you're grateful for, and positive affirmations that you can bring in. Thanks, Alison. Yeah, so as for your mum, yeah, she's definitely there. She says, remember who you are. Remember how as a little girl you believed in everything that... It's like believing in fairy tales coming true. Believe in fairy tales, my love. Make them come true. Be the fairy tale. And it's not about being an illusion, it's about creating that magic again in life, and being magical, and feeling the magic, and being inspired by that. And I think that way, doors open up where we didn't think there were doors. Someone wrote me a testimonial the other day and said Victoria opens up doors that I didn't even know were there. And that's only just through belief and through positivity and no judgment, and just allowing the person to shine. And I just allow yourself to believe in fairy tales and to create that magic and see the magic around you that perhaps you're not seeing at the moment. And your mum is a beautiful beam of light and she's going well. Megan, hi, I would love to know why I feel so overwhelmed all the time. I need to tune into you to see what energy is consuming you. One reason could be that you're hooked into the human collective consciousness, which is just full of overwhelm, and a really good energy clearing would be great. You can call in Archangel Michael, but if you can get yourself to someone who can give you Reiki or just do some really nice clearing and balancing and cutting ties to other people's energies, I feel that you're feeling other people's overwhelm too. And also to ground, to actually practice mindfulness and to bring yourself back to center and to breathe and ground. Practice that beautiful infinity breath. Do lots of breath meditation every day. Just do a meditation. It doesn't have to be long, but it's about allowing yourself to come back to you and being in the present, because when we're not mindful, we're in the past or in the future and we're feeling overwhelmed with everything. But I just feel you're a bit out of balance, or a lot out of balance, and smothered in energy that's not yours, Megan, and a really good clearing. If I can help with that, fine, but there are lots of people who can help with that, so definitely. Leanne Cookshank says, my best friend died 12 years ago. Has he any advice for me? Is he with me? Is he okay? No problem. So for Megan, I'm just going to pull a card for you. So celebrate. So for spiritual body, foundation achievements, bring yourself back to family, to what's important, and celebrate what your achievements are and what you can be grateful for, and just start really bringing yourself back to what's in front of you each day, and don't go any further than that. And maybe keep a journal so that when you've got overwhelming thoughts, write them down and shelve them until it's time to get to them, you know. And the violet flame, bring up the violet flame, or ask Archangel Zadkiel, Saint Germain to bring the violet flame up for you, and just to help transmute some of that energy that's stifling you. So I'm going to tune into Leanne Cookshank. Best friend died 12 years ago. Yeah, he's jumping out of his skin. He's larger than life. He's had a lot of time to reflect, even though it seems time doesn't really have any relevance in the universe, but don't worry so much. And don't be a downer. He's maybe saying that your energy needs a bit of a lift and that you're focusing on negative things. Your dad will be all right. And your mum is not going to change, so take a big breath and focus on doing stuff, do good stuff, can't be everything for everyone. Take some time out for yourself. Wow. I'm going to pull a card for you. And Tamika, will I be offered work soon, please? So I'm guessing that you left. Probably the best thing. Okay, so this is just a card for for Leanne. Yeah, just, focus on yourself and actually bring in the light and just try not to worry. You said, this is all worry and anxiety and other people's stuff, and just, you can be more balanced in your life, and what your friend said, I feel rings true. So that you can do that, and it's overcoming your mental body. Okay, that's mental body. So it's like getting yourself in that mind frame of being more in balance and at peace with everything. Tamika, will I be offered work soon, please? I hope so. Been a bit of a rough ride for you. Yes, you will, but you've got to be confident and shake off what's happened, because it wasn't anything to do with you. So just really be confident and work on that. And I do feel that you have new beginnings coming soon. It won't be long. So just really work on shaking off the past, being confident, and also planning that project that you and I were talking about, Tamika, because that's still a goer, I think, in the future. So Nicole says, for the last 4 months, my best friend is very distant. In a reading, I was told this friendship has come to an end, and this is breaking my heart. Any input on that? Wow, Megan says, everything you said felt spot on for me. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you. It was kind of flooding in, so I'm really glad. Thank you for the feedback too, and I hope that helps you. So this is for Nikki, Nicole, about her friend. I'm not sure. I think you've got to stand your ground. I think the way it was has ended, and that you need to rebuild based on more trust and perhaps regain some power within that relationship, because it seems to me that petty stuff is getting in the way of a true friendship, and some people don't know the meaning of true friends. You might not see each other for ages, but you're always there for them. A friend is always there, and some people don't get that. So I kind of feel stand your ground, send her love, and just it will rebuild itself in time. Yeah. Lisa Berridge says, my dad passed away 12 months ago. Is he around? Actually, I just want to go to Laura Castelli first, and then I'll go to Lisa. Laura just lost her dad 4 days ago. I'm so sorry for your loss. I'm just going to tune in to you and see if he's there. Okay. Sometimes it takes a while just to get the energy, particularly if they've just passed away. It's sometimes strong, sometimes not. He's very much there. He's saying he's still finding his feet, haha. So he's got a bit of a sense of humour, so I think he's okay. He's all right. Getting used to having no body. Is keeping close. It was his time. Please don't ever worry about that. I love you all. He says have fun at his funeral. He must have been a bit funny, was he? Don't be too maudlin. He's okay. He's cracking jokes, so he's okay. And he would like lots of good memories to come out. I think it's going to be a small affair, but just remember him as Daggy Dad. Okay, wow. Hi Kimmy, great to see you. I'm just going back to Lisa. My dad passed away 12 months ago. Is he around? Okay. I do see him, but I don't think he's been around for a while, only because he's been investigating his own life and also helping your mum heal. He has a different perspective on things now, which have surprised even him. He can see where he might have gone wrong, but not to worry, he's okay. Make sure your mum's okay. That's his focus. So Kimmy says, do you see my business adventure going okay? Haven't seen you for a while, Kimmy, so whatever it is, I wish you, hi Anne, sure, just a minute, I'll just do this one. Focusing on the question for Kimmy. So it's kind of like a thought that you've put into action. I think it'll go really well, but it will just be maybe not a slow start, but just finding a balance and finding your feet, and then yes, it will grow pretty quickly. So good luck with that, and let me know what's happening with that. And there was another person that I don't want to ignore either. Kirsten Dawley, in my life I'm closing doors to open others at the moment. Very good. Kerry says, I feel my friend Marsha around me. Is it her? Yes, she's right behind you. She says, get your back fixed. Get that back fixed. Do it pronto. Don't delay. And do your exercises. She's being naggy, isn't she? Yeah, so she's there. Diane is asking, will my friend get a unit? Hi Yvonne, oh my goodness. My beautiful teacher friend from Moona Primary Days. Lovely to see you. I hope you're well. I retired in 2018. Great to see you. Okay, Diane says, will my friend get a unit please? Yes, I do think so. Thank you. It's a bit of a competitive market at the moment, but just not to let it get her down, and to make sure that she finds a really good agent. I'm not sure that the agent that she's got now is right. So yes, but it'll be a little while that she will. Does my nan or other guides have any advice for Erin Giles? Oh, is this right? Get a boyfriend? I don't know. I'm asking Nan to give you some kind of more serious advice. Have fun. Don't take life too seriously, and be the best you can be, because in her eyes you're a beautiful girl who sometimes works too hard to find truth that's already there within you. Just be yourself. Can't be anything more. You're in your head a lot, and you don't trust yourself quite often. So really come back to you, base chakra, cementing in your identity, healing yourself and being true to yourself, and not second guessing anything. You are who you are. And there's a few decisions and things coming up for you that physically, like a move or something. I wonder if you do have a boyfriend. Let me see. I see someone there. Few decisions to make around relationships and things, but you've got to really, I think you are a bit of a person who doesn't always put yourself first, you know, and to make sure that you are doing that and not doing anything or in any relationship or you know, doing things to please people when it doesn't feel right for you. I think that's what Dan's saying. So I'm going to have to go because I've got a client coming. Anne did ask for some cards just for the for the following week on the issue that makes me stressed. Okay. Disconnect from the issue that makes you stressed. And it's an ending. It's an ending and a beginning. So, allow it all to unfold and ask for help, spiritual connections. Just trust and just take your mind out of it, because that's causing you more stress than anything. It will all unfold the way it's meant to, but you're just causing yourself further stress. And Kirsten, Papa recently passed. No worries. I feel like I'm rushing, because I do need to go. So please connect with me next week, and we'll continue where we've leaving off today, because I need to have lunch and I have a client at 1:30. Much love to you all. If I haven't got to you today, please come back next week. And I will see you next Wednesday. Don't forget to check out my website, victoriacochrane.com. Also, I am on Facebook as Victoria Cochrane, Psychic Communication and Spiritual Healing. I have a private group, the Spiritual Journey with Taurus Angels. You're welcome to ask to join that. And Victoria Cochrane Author is another one of my private groups that I will enter you into. It's just that quite often on my public page I get trolls, and I'd prefer to be talking to people who are genuinely interested. So much love to you all, and I'll see you next week. And remember, be the change that you want to see happen and want to be, because you are the creator. Okay? Bye for now.